time looking for the boops that they want to enter into this, but they're running kind of a 4-2 squad as the Fair Mercy combo does rotate over to the left side while the remainder of them go down, and already Hydration is able to take out Jake with a quick rocket. Super also already down. They need to find something to pull this backside show.
Waffletastic playing around the point as well, deciding not to go for the pinch play, and this is taking a lot of damage. He's gonna fall. None of that resurrection being built up, but even so, they've got a lot of pressure around the point here, and they're still going to be able to pressure all of the LG Evil guys out.
Well, the big thing is that they were able to take out the Mercy early, so if they can get in here and stall, Jake already back up thanks to his very early death. Super comes in, takes down the remainder of the healing, and Mikado, Shiny very low, and all this damage is permanent. Super showing up huge on the Winston, gets a triple kill, and look how close it is.
Resurrect in order to keep himself alive and resurrect the rest of the players on the team, so 6 there, and the sound barrier that catches everyone on the team. Voldy mech, Super falls as well, and now they're in a really good position actually, because they've still got both of their healing targets up. Hydration's taking a nap on the floor, but he's going to be defended by the rest of his team, and finally it looks like they're going to eradicate LG Evil from the point and be able to move forwards. That second tick into the third looks like it's just going to be completed, but the spawn is coming in here as well.
They will finally get this point. These battles have been largely about who can kill the...
Moved over to the Zenyatta as well, so doesn't have the Nano Blade to be able to work with, but they are going to be re-engaging onto this fight without very many ultimates, but Super with the Primal Rage on the floor, and Hydration's been picked as well, as Jake moves over to the Soldier 76.
Well, they needed to move on to the Soldier 76. A lot of teams are trying to deal with combos with just the Genji, and sometimes it's not enough. The Temple Resurrection will come in, but Jake's able to take down Shiny right after. The Sound Barrier does come in, lay it combo as old as time. Resurrection into Barrier brings this team back to full health, and it's all over but the crying for LG Evil as just a couple remain on the cart. Avast and Train trying to stall it out so that their team can get in a better position. I don't think they have any aspirations of actually holding this point, and if they did, those dreams are...
Now, it allows them a much easier progression forwards, and Waffle over to the Hawk, seeing if he can just pull out some clutch glory as he goes for a flank. Oh no, he looked like he was going for a flank, but instead just going to waddle through this room and see if he can catch anyone by surprise.
Nanoblade should be incoming here. It is their last best hope, but he has to do it through 2 support ultimates, so unless the LGE supports really mess up, it's going to be difficult. The Transcend comes out to counter the Nanoblade, and he's following everyone, making sure Hydration gets absolutely nothing. They are also popping the Sound Barrier too. Train is the only one with the kill. 2 kills now for LG Evil. They are no longer running the Mercy, so no one will be brought back to life. And it is Train and Super yet again cleaning up the mess on the cart. They will deny the closeout for Counter Logic Gaming. So the dive should be expected here. They are just going to walk right up the stairs, Vol and Jake together, combining to just try to get in some poke damage while some pressure is put on the point. Shiny finds himself all alone. Now Miso comes down to try to help him out. Scattered fights all over the place, but Jake will get Shiny first. Waffle still uncontested up top, still peppering in a lot of damage. Vol has tried to get up there, but Waffle wins his 1v1 versus Jake.
Yeah, and Hydration really hasn't had that much impact, but he's kind of been saved by the rest of his team. Waffletastic up top as well, getting pressured by Avast for now, but can't quite hit the boop, won't displace him, and Mikado's getting peppered down on the point as well. Just hiding in the corner, but Train can't be denied. He's going to loop around. And now he's got his Pulse Bomb to work with, sticks that one right onto Ice Shiny's face, takes him down with a bit of pepper as well. And Train's now running into them.
Train's Tracer has been a great point for LG Evil today. They had Waffletastic up top, largely on this CLG team as Shiny goes in all alone again. I does so because he has that Primal Rage. Meanwhile, Jake has taken V out of the sky that nerfs the healing. The self-destruct comes from around the corner, a terrible self-destruct position. Gonna force out a Transcendence at the very least, and Train still cleaning up. Shiny alive remains, but it has been mostly LGE here. Can the stall buy enough time? I don't think so.
They are delaying a little bit, and they've forced a lot of ultimates out there. Both of the support ults, plus the Primal Rage, and actually right at the beginning of the fight came the Tactical Visor. So 4 ultimates that they expended there to win the fight. That was a lot of pressure, and it's allowed the CLG guys to expend everything they had, just throw everything on the table, and then switch their compositions up. So running the triple tank into this one. Haven't seen much Zarya coming out from Miso throughout the whole of this tournament. He's pretty much stayed on the Diva, so now they're running something that we really haven't seen from CLG as yet.
Yeah, the Zarya's got to be able to deal with Vol. Vol will put down the self-destruct. Everyone is evacuating off the point. Mikado finds himself out in no man's land, and he will be the first to go down. The hook does hit, but Hook 2.0 will not bring him up to the high ground. Still, Mikado the only one down, but now there goes the all of the healing is down for Counter Logic Gaming. Damage will be permanent. Ra will go down as well, but all has already been lost. LGE rolling through on this cart, and there will be another fight, but 4 minutes remain for them to push it to the end.
Yeah, they're going to have to be quick as well, because if Super's playing aggressively into them and locking them out of the choke. There we go. That was, it seemed all too simple, actually, for LG.
Off of the bridge, but of course, Vol is in position there. The early dive from Shiny will get a lot of pressure as both of the Winstons get a lot of cleave going on early. Rob going down is really going to hurt them. They have to rely on only Lucio now. It's going to really change their positioning.
Hydration and these still up top. They've kind of pinned out Vol here in a bit of bad positioning, and he's losing a lot of health. If they can get the early D-Mech on one of these divas, and Miso stays alive, they are actually both trading at the same time. But Train finding the pick onto D could potentially swing the tide of the fight, but Avast has been taken down as well, and Rob has a lot on his platter.
It has been the Train show. Choo-choo. He's gotten 4 kills throughout this entire fight, maybe even 5. Hard to even keep track, but he has been the one finishing the plate of this team. Rob will come back in. Waffle does throw in a desperate... Well, no, that was Train's pulse bomb, excuse me, but Train just adds in a couple kills because of that room. They bold in the self-destruct and then put people on both doors. They could not get out there. Hydration's going to have the barrage already. Rob down again first. Super follows. Those are 2 people you cannot lose. This is all over. And they don't even need the resurrection. Train takes down a dog because I guess he can, but it doesn't matter.
No, there's nobody that's going to be able to recontest that. Super just gets body blocked as he attempts. They're going to clash on this high ground.
Yeah, this is the Braveheart scenario that happens on Control Center. Both teams just kind of push right at each other. Super discorded, and no one down just yet as these tanks still beefy and alive. Shiny hits a nice charge onto Super. That Reinhardt shield now down opens things up as they desuit Vol. No more shielding, no more health. However, it means very little as Train and Jake combine to take down the whole of Diva. Still pretty back and forth. CLG has the advantage. It is 5v4, and that should seal it. They have just too many numbers now.
Hydration has been outplaying Train at the beginning of this. Oh, Jake in the backline as well, but that flashbang was perfectly timed just to completely neutralize his ultimate. But yeah, Hydration's been having one hell of a game with his hooks, at least in the beginning of this Control Center.
Jake got a little cute with that flank visor. The fact he had visor up just shows you how much damage went down between both sides there early in that.
Make sure that they have time to get back in there. Rob and Super taking up to their ultimates. They've got an Earth Shatter that they can try and sync with perhaps a bit of a flanking nano visor, but it's 90%. They have to be fast in, and they know exactly when it's going to come. Both supports going to be live as well for CLG. Tough.
This is going to be a very important Earth Shatter if they can find it. Now, the Transcend is going to come up, so Super's still holding, but they've lost both supports as LG Evil. All this damage will be permanent. Train will grab one, but that is it. Counter Logic Gaming will take a 2-0 lead on Lijiang Tower.
Looking great as well. The recontest as they managed to get in, and great use of the same composition. They like to hang out around the back of the point, and then they send Waffle-tastic around the front into the courtyard and see if they can get any picks. Now though, Hydration coming over the top. Damage boosted Rocket takes down Jake. Rob also falls. They've got enough picks to be able to snowball this fight. The rest of the tanks in here are just cannon fodder, ultimate charge generation. They're going to be able to pick up the first capture of this point.
I think Hydration gets a lot of it. It has been done. A few remain. Train trying to bring this back. Will hit a nice pulse bomb onto Shiny, but Waffle-tastic going to chase him down. Meanwhile, they flip the point back over. But here comes the remainder of LG Evil.
And the self-destruct sat in the top window. Doesn't actually catch anybody, but in comes the sound barrier here for CLG. Avast's got one to reply with, but doesn't quite catch Rob 420 in time. And takes a huge amount of damage from those rockets of Hydration. He's going to fall. Super's still got his Primal Rage where he can try and stall for a little while, but this fight is going the way of CLG.
Well, they're going to stagger the stall. They wanted to put in the self-destruct to get everyone off the point. Then Super pops his Primal Rage. He's going to keep them off the point too. They have flipped it back over, and now they're getting the kills they need to close out this stage. Hydration and down. The combo now the 4 remaining on the ground have to do yeoman's work. Can they find the kills they need? But Discord is going to be so brutal for them to try to deal with this. Mikado is able to take down Rob. Miso a little late holding up that shield, which means they will win the shield battle. Able to dodge the charge, and now Shiny finds himself dead. Both Reinhardts go down.
Jake's taking the battle against Mikado on the low ground. He's been displaced completely, and Jake's trying to reconnect with the rest of his team, but Hydration keeps throwing out right clicks and hooks, and eventually he's going to reconnect with the rest of LG Evil. But it's taken a long time for him to get to work with. Specifically, these Transcendence is going to be up for the next fight, but they've made some big composition changes over here, and they're using this nano boost onto Super as well.
Well, Super gets the nano boost, doesn't do anything with it. Waffle-tastic able to desuit Train with the Deadeye. They do take it back, but for how long? Super just shatters right into a shield. The Transcend will come out, and Waffle is cleaning up. McCree in these odd man situations is an absolute monster. Jake's so focused on he does finally get him, but at what cost? As he and Avast both fall, Counter Logic Gaming flips it back over. Lijiang Tower will be going the way of CLG.
Really well played by CLG. They look impressive and proving really nice flanking route behind, I think, and try and put a lot of pressure on Jake if they want to get maximum value from this, and that's what they're doing at the moment, just putting the pressure in the Hunting Lodge. The Hydration coming up over the top as well. They're controlling the sky for now, and they've found some really early picks. Waffle-tastic finding 2 in the back lines as well.
Well, they lost Avast extremely early to a rocket too, so again, losing both supports, that has been a theme of this series so far, and you just can't do anything about it. All you have now is hope to stall it out. Avast will join the party very late. A Pulse Bomb will desuit Miso, so still not quite over yet as they're trying to bring a little bit back here, but now all off the point except for Avast. It's Avast and Baby Diva. I don't have high hopes for this.
Rob 420 just slinging in a couple of orbs, but eventually just has to sack his own life in. They have captured this first checkpoint in with them, and he's there, uses it as well. So both support ults used here just to solid the second checkpoint by time for their spawners.
It's not going to show up in the kill feed, but Mikado was out of that fight because he got booped off the ledge, had to use a lot of his time up, but Dragon Blade will come out, but Jake gets the better of that, able to tactical visor him down. Still 4 remain for CLG as they continue this push. Mikado, who did not go down to the boop, rode his way back up, is going to get in on the action, and it does look like they're bullying them out, but still, there's a couple people back on the cart, a lot of DPS. This has been a scrappy series by far, and this is nuts. It does seem like CLG, or LG Evil rather, is going to find enough kills to bring it back. Of course, the defender's advantage that will prevent second point from being captured areas. There's no reason to switch off of that. So far, bloodless as they rotate around. First dive in comes from Super as he's trying to get a lot of cleave. Mikado will be the first to fall as he gets discorded and leaped on.
And that is not good, because as soon as you take down Mikado, that's essentially the 4 players on the ground now have no heals, or the 3 players on the ground, because you've already deleted one of them. The Hydration baited into the house. I don't know quite why they went down there, but Jake immediately removes them from the field, and this is going to be LG Evil storming forwards on point A.
Yeah, if you have a jump pack and
just a single damage boosted rocket that just struck Train on the forehead.
Well, Tracer dies to a careless whisper, so it could be anything that happened to Tracer there. The sound barrier will come out for LG Evil as they try to continue, but they've already lost Rob. In turn, the healing goes down for CLG. Self-destruct will come up over the top, doesn't find a great deal there, but CLG has gotten the brunt of this. However, they're flipping back and forth with Vol demeched and the self-destruct going off. I don't believe that LG Evil is going to have the horses to continue this push. They've only got 3 on it. They're going to take a little bit of free push, but this should be halted rather quickly.
Large amount of time on the board. It'd be interesting to see. Oh, actually, they've managed to demec Miso, and Waffle-tastic goes down to. Was that a boot?
Yeah, I don't understand. He must not have had any abilities left, got booped, and was just completely out of stuff to use, and that's going to be the turning point as Super's going to come back in, able to take down a few. It is only the trying to stay alive. Hydration goes for the cute under the bridge, back up the other side, barrage, but only gets 1 off of it. And off of that boop of all things, and just the persistence of LG Evil, it looks like they will be taking Reichenwald.
A great play from LG Evil. They really didn't look like that was even breaking a sweat. He denies that.
But every pick here for the offense is very important. The trades do favor the offense in this map just based on the spawn points. They will put a self-destruct up top. It will force V to the low ground, and Jake is there to clean him up. Sound barrier forced out here for Counter Logic Gaming as a self-destruct of their own goes off the point. Both sound barriers are down, but Waffle able to find Rob in the backline. They are now reinforcing the early picks that they lost in the fight as Counter Logic gets back to full force here, and there's still only 4 on the point for LG Evil as they look to reinforce.
They're going to have this nano boost up now as well. Oh, there goes the McCree, the Deadeye. He's getting battered around a little bit, but still find the pick on Ice Shiny with a little bit of help from Jake. Still got this nano boost to work with, or rather just about getting this nano boost to work with. They could try and pair it with Jake or put it on Super as people try and recontest, but
you don't need it.
No, they don't need it at the moment, and the more players that CLG throw in here, the worse they're looking for the point B defense.
Yeah, Mikado should probably just be jumping off the cliff there, but he will instead let Train put an end to his Lucio life. And it's a snowball, not a counter for the Earth Shatter if they can crack the bubble. The bubble's the only thing to keep them alive, and also spacing. And you see how spread out this defense is. They do not want to clump up for a Shatter. The Hook comes down, but Hook 2.0 unable to take down Jake, and now they find themselves in a terrible position in this room. Ults being popped all around. 2 kills so far for LG Evil.
Oh, this is perfect for LG Evil as well. They baited them in and instantly took those 2 picks. Hydration just slightly overextends, gets really punished for it. And now they're in a decent position. Super's also still got his Earth Shatter that he could try and use to clear things out. They've got 2 ticks. They've really got to be fast to get back on this point. A lot of ultimates that he can use to stall out, but Super could get something great. Finds 2 of them on the floor, instantly going to pick those guys up. That's a lot of their stalling taken out.
That's it. That's gotta be it, unless this is the best Lucio skate of his life. He gets Helix down, Rollerblade does die in turn to Shiny, and again, the offense is always going to be in a better position here when the trades start coming. Those are a lot of trades that came in.
Oh, I'm really surprised that they actually... Oh, there goes the EMP, but it's going to be too little too late, and this positioning was so far out. Oh, they could have saved that for point B as well. Maybe they just want to switch the composition completely and realize that it was slipping through their fingers. But, no, it looks like Jake's going to respawn on the Sombra anyway. But the thing that I didn't like from that comp and the positioning from them was that they had all of their... Now from Super, if they get an early pick onto one of the supports, but Mikado's not going to let them as that Sound Barrier comes in immediately. Avast gets hooked as well, so Hydration finding that one. There goes the Whole Hog, a Nano Whole Hog coming out from Train. They're both pushing each other back, trying to vie for position. Super also falls as he just got his Earth Shatter up. That was a nice passive play coming out from deep, but the Jake! Oh, unbelievable pulse bomb to take down 2 of them in the middle of that Transcendence as well. You can't heal through that.
Yeah, they needed that too. However, a tick still will come on the board as Jake was taken out. 2 ticks now. They will probably push this back, but the progress has been made. Earth Shatter just to seal the deal, knocks Miso to the ground and will take him out in short order. They're trickling back on here, but they should not be. This is over thanks in large part to the pulse bomb. That doesn't hit. That might be 3 ticks.
Absolutely. They've still got 4.
Switch on a Sombra to get back on the point. You can also see Mei and D.Va switches here. Of course, you can't switch onto D.Va, and thankfully the days of double D.Va are gone. That takes down Jake immediately, though. He'll be back in the fight momentarily. Now, Waffle going down, but that is still the only kill for this defense right now. They need another one to just feel a little bit safer. Primal Rage already popped, but it is all blue in the kill feed thanks to Hydration, who has been carrying this team even on the Roadhog, and I believe they have almost done it. The Desperation boost onto Jake, who will have to rewind through that. Self-destruct, not going to be enough. They will capture it in almost identical times. Have vacated the upper ground. It's a weird situation. Train gets hooked right away, able to get out with his life. They're playing around Pack Room. This is the entire strategy for Sombra.
And Train regenning all of that health with the health pack is giving Jake 70% ultimate already. He's building up 80%. This is building lightning fast. And if they feel like this fight is slipping out of their hands, then Jake can just use it instantly into the back lines. EMP used, that hit onto Rob and Hydration. Potential for them, but they're losing players.
There was no damage follow-up to it. I mean, he should have been able to take down the Zenyatta, who was right next to him. Zenyatta's health is mostly shields, goes down to 50 HP when EMP'd, and this is over. You can't lose this many players on first and expect to get back into it.
It's unfortunate that this strategy isn't working out for them whatsoever. They're not playing around the EMP as well as we've seen some other teams. They look like they're lacking the follow-up, or they're lacking a good situation that it's not going to be a long-term viable solution. And they've still got the triple tank, but they need to engage pretty quickly. Mikado's Sound Barrier is going to be the way that they break into this one. Hydration already finds the pick on Avast. He was at 96% as well. Has the potential to come back into the fight, use the Sound Barrier, but how many players is he really going to hit? People are dropping all over the place here for LG Evil. They're crumbling in the final moments.
Did Waffle-tastic just get Earth Shatter to wake up and still Deadeye someone? I cannot believe what I just saw. In desperation, Sound Barrier will come in. Vol will pop Tactical Visor, but he is met by a bevy of tanks. It is just Super, who gets discorded and thus deleted. Jake trying to bring this back, but the delay game cannot be that strong. Skya, second point, will be captured on this point. They're holding into large pack room, trying to get more trades, and Jake comes in, finds Mikado. Shiny will get back from the luxury of dying so early, and they're staying a little bit further back. I like this that Waffle and The are not necessarily trying to engage, they just want to stall.
They're trying to get as much time as they possibly can. Jake had an opportunity there to kill The multiple times, but couldn't quite pull it off. And CLG look like they're in between two minds. They're disengaging. It looked like they wanted to go for it there, though.
Yeah, but I think the risk outweighs the reward so much. Now you only have to Daunter's in behind Super. A self-destruct goes up behind. No one caught by that. Never mind. Rob found out of nowhere.
And he was at 78% as well, just trying to keep his team healthy from the backline. Supers found an Earth Shatter. They get the pick on the hydration. If they can slow this one down, who knows what could happen, but they're finding a couple of picks. Train is the guy that they need to keep alive, though, and he's only on half health. There's a lot of healing been removed.
Oh my god.
Thanks to the pick, but that charge takes out a Vast as well. All the heals removed now.
Jake trying to do it all by himself. I was going to say you can't slow down a fight when Zenyatta's in it. Jake is back in the mix here, as is Train. They will demech, and now they've got bodies on the point. Rob will rejoin this fight. The Nano comes down onto Train, who's going to hold Waffle-tastic away. This is insanity right now as Train continues to go on. A clutch Transcendence pull off will keep the remainder of CLG alive, but all the people have reinforced for LG Evil. They have a full 6 on this point. The kill feed is blood red right now as they look to bring this back. It has been going all LG Evil thanks to heroics from Jake, who got 4 kills in this fight to keep it alive for his team. Still, one more fight will come in. Hydration puts himself in the ice block just to stall it out as he waits for teammates to come back in.
Tactical visor used from Waffle-tastic up top, but the sound barrier coming out from Avast, and that keeps him safe. They've got the Mei to try and stall things out as well. And they've got so much time from the point, they only need to get a couple of picks. Again, the Deadeye, but this time it gets absolutely destroyed. The Fire Strike comes out from iShiny, and he eats it. Still manages to demech Miso from that. That's a lot of stall been taken out of the fight. And CLG players are still dropping all over the field. That Fire Strike takes him out. Oh my god, they're gonna be able to get it. What am I watching, Hexagrams? This is unbelievable. 6v6 fight.
I have no idea how that hook missed from the other side, but Super's able to take down Hydration. A boost does come off too. The first 2 kills will go in favor of LG Evil. Vol actually gets the boost. This is really smart. I love seeing people boost the Zarya just to convert one ult into another. Vol actually has a pretty good vanilla Zarya, where Vol has struggled. They don't notice that dot is on the card.
Oh, that was so good. That was so sneaky by me.
He doesn't make any sounds of the footsteps. Zenyatta OP for sure. They will get first point. They are
as well. Super uses his shield just to completely negate that one. But LG Evil still aren't in the greatest of positions. They have forced out both of these support ultimates. How did Waffle-tastic get 2 kills and a demech right in front of their face?
Just because he believed. He believed in himself. Still not going to be enough somehow, as the remainder of this team will come in. The is behind the cart, but he will be taken down unceremoniously. The push continues, still waiting on 3 respawns is CLG. They have to hold a little further back. I don't think they can contest this. I don't think they should contest this. It's still kind of murking around. They will jump in. Shiny comes in, as does Hydration. They get
LG Evil was catastrophic as soon as they engaged that fight. They had to know that the time was ticking down, and now with only 10 seconds, it's got to be on Vol to try and touch the point. But they don't look like they've particularly got much haste. He is going to be able to get their defense matrix out. They're going to force the overtime, but they're playing from inside the point. They have a lot of ults to work with, but they need to keep everyone alive.
They were unable to convert a lot of those Earth Shatters into kills. The counter shatter comes down as Hydration is put on the floor. A self-destruct comes down. Super is charged up, but he has to use a lot of that time to put a shield up to save from the self-destruct. Ults coming around. Finally, some execution from LG Evil on their ultimate as Train was able to whole hog a couple down. 2 people only alive now as they try to respawn. Shiny is waiting. He knows he has a moment to be able to get back in here and possibly charge onto the point. They will get a body onto the point. Not over yet. One more skirmish.
The clutch masters of LG Evil, are they really going to do it again? They focused on iShiny really early on. Super's built up a lot of his ultimate. He's at 80% already. They demech Miso as well. That's a huge amount of peel and damage taken out of there. Super with the Earth Shatter. They put Flea on the floor along with Hydration Mikado. They're picking up player after player. They're going to be able to shove it over the line, surely. They've got everybody there.
I don't even understand LG Evil anymore. I mean, Shiny's going to come in, but the counter charge from Super is beautiful. They will get it to the end.
What on earth is going on? How do they pull it out every single...
Lead the clock out on you, but you can't do it when you lose Train that early. It's just impossible to do.
Hydration picks him off again here. Train has fallen first again in this fight. The pick onto Avast. And this Pharah Mercy comp is working so well for CLG, at least at the beginning of this fight. And LG Evil really aren't going to be able to get a foothold here. The fact that they've taken the fight in Arch, though, probably gives them one more if they're able to engage. They did lose players very late, though, actually, and that was both of their tanks that they would want to dive in with, so they might just have to set up on the ledge.
They got absolutely trounced there. It does seem like they want to fight. This is a team that doesn't want to give you anything. They always want to fight. Train and Jake are going to look to get in here, but getting zoned out very quickly. They will get tanks now in here, so again, a fight will commence because they want to stall out. It's trading off back and forth, but two already down for LG Evil. Rob and Super go down very quickly. However, Jake trying to equalize it, not going to be enough, as Avast and Vol get half health. Jake trying to do it all by himself, pops an ambitious visor, does end up dying. It is only Train on the point. But Train! Oh my god, it's a double!
What just happened? Train just won that for his team. Jake's optimistic.
Map all day. I don't know why I expect any different. That is a really nice kill early on onto Rob. The barrage will look for Pater, but it's a mile away. Actually, a Matrix does keep him alive, but does find nothing. So regardless of the ults being used, it's only been a couple kills. Now 4 kills come down as Jake ends up eliminating himself. There will be stall out here, but I don't imagine this is going to be able to stall out in time, even though the tanks are on the cart. I don't think the reinforcements will get here. This should be first point capture, but a pretty solid first defense.
Yeah, they only really won one fight, but because they were taking lots of scrappy engagements, the Descendants on the floor, that self-destruct surely not going to find anything up top, and they're still getting picks, actually. Jake's found the baby diva, and CLG still taking a very scrappy fight, but not getting the better end of it. That sound barrier could change things, though. They've got an opportunity here to get reinforced and take the fight towards themselves. That Transcendence is also going to send things further the way of CLG, and once this choke point is broached, who knows how far they're going to get.
Yeah, I don't know how they ended up in the courtyard. Both Jake and Train did over there. There's a reason you don't see fights over there very often. It's not an ideal place to fight. Both DPS end up getting pushed out in that direction. I wouldn't mind Waffle to just start throwing down a Deadeye here and just try to zone them out. Super has ambitions of jumping onto the cart. He will do so. High Noon will be triggered onto the corner right there. Miso giving him all the protection in the world, and Super finds the wrong end of it. 2 quick kills, while a demeching at least from CLG as they look to pressure this second point.
They've got the cart rolling now. Avast taking a lot of damage as well. Rob 420 has been pressured out of the fight. Oh, Avast actually re-healing himself and a lot of damage into hydration. Getting a huge amount of pressure. Gonna get finished off with the Helix Rocket, but that's not enough. There
will be one final skirmish. Mikado has Sound Barrier that could be huge. Avast should get there during the duration of this fight. Jake also has the visor. Meanwhile, Miso comes in from the backside. A giant brawl that Earthshatter knocks down 2.
That is chatter. They don't have the follow-up, though. There's nobody up top, and the sound barrier is going to be popped out from Avast. Train finds the DMAC, then picks up the Baby Diva, and all of these support ultimates. It's just too much to get through. CLG, they put up a valiant effort, but LG Evil are going to be our champions.